Cars. My name is Eduardo Jiménez, and I want to talk about listening. Uh, there are some differences between hear and listening because we know that hear is to receive a sound with your ears, and listening is to pay attention to that sound or noise. And in between of these two concepts, there is the concept of Noam Chomsky, who said that is a natural ability. Uh, the first input that we can say is when the baby is in the womb of the mother. That is the first input he received uh, in order to start to recognize their mother tongue. They recognize a bird, the mother's voice, and this is the first evidence of the auditory comprehension. Now, I am going to talk about our view of listening, and it's important. On the authority of Scrivener, listening is a receptive skill. Listening is to receive the first input to produce the first output, speaking. In other words, someone can learn to speak because you have listened to someone more speaking. Listening gives to a student the meaningful input to develop communicative competence. And number four, listening gives to a student the main features of a tongue, such as grammar, accent, sentence stress, suprasegmental features, intonation, and many more. In the number five, we can say that Celso Murcia says listening exposes learners to new words and expressions in context. Hearing vocabulary used in real situations helps learners understand meanings more naturally than memorize and isolated words. Listening practice contributes to improvement in speaking fluency. And the last one is that Robertson and Auckland says listening is the basis for choral training, a new word spoken by the teacher or from a recording. Drilling a word is to repeat. That's why the teacher said in the classroom, repeat after me, comprehension, and the students said comprehension. Okay, this is teaching approaches and techniques specific to the listening skill. Richard J.C. Rogers, 2001, says that the main objective of language learning is communicative competence. In contrast of some other methods, language teaching, audiolingualism, centering grammar and other aspects. This is why we can start asking easy questions and at the end the harder ones. Listen to English speaking 1 hour a day is an excellent technique. Now, teaching approaches and techniques specific to the listening skill. As reported by Scrivener, 2011, in listening activities, students shouldn't worry about understand everything. No, get a general overview of the main story or message of a conversation and catch specific details such as name, numbers, addresses, etc. A technique is to give the students a question before playing the recording, to listen with a clear aim in mind. That is what says Scribner 2011. Another one is gap, fill out while listening. We can do it with a song too. Now we have principles and learning sequences. Interaction is a two-way process. Key principles included. In class, it's necessary to introduce the students to the context before they listen or read. From the perspective of Scribner, by giving the learners a clear purpose in listening, we can turn the exercise from a memory test into a listening task. For example, music and speaking help in developing oral communication by listening. And in the last square, mixing the ideas of Scrivener and mine, the plan would be short review, explain the context, icebreaker, set question, play recording, checking for answers if they understand or not, add some clues, and play again the recording as often as necessary. Finally, a good song of their favorite singer could be an engaged activity for students when we use songs or something like that. Examples of classroom activities that effectively develop listening are listen to audio recordings, shadow listening, watch a video, watch a part of a movie, the teacher tells a story, listen to a news TV channel, someone tells the story of her life, infer attitudes and intentions from a dialogue, audio post list, and many more too. Listening skills improve with practice. Listen a video from YouTube and any other platform in English every day. Now, levels of proficiency and can-do statement according to the Common European Framework of Reference for Language. In C1, for example, a student can understand conferences, get the main idea of a dialogue, follow a long argumentation. This student can communicate through the phone, can understand dialogues in a film, identify specific information, can understand different accents of English, for example, from Singapore, from Nigeria, from British Kingdom, and any other, can understand idiomatic expressions and jokes, can make inferences and understand motivation. It doesn't matter if we have to go slowly or step by step. The important is the student. He can understand and learn. Okay, common challenges and solutions when teaching listening. Just one because of time. Based on Espina Giraldo Muñoz Fandiño, a challenge in Colombia is the implementation of a well-planned bilingualism project which demands time, resources, qualified teachers, and appropriate teaching materials. If you don't have a good connection, download everything to listen to on your device. And finally, thank you for listening. Thank you so much.